Hello, welcome back to the bottom. My name is Beast, and today we're back with another episode of Beast Decides to Record with only 5 hours of sleep. It is half past 11 p.m. already. Uh, I just kind of got distracted again. The issue with the sleep was just that I was actively feeling so fucking hot all night that I literally just was rolling around like like I was in my fucking grave. Unpleasant, especially since the last 2 nights before that I also didn't get a full night's sleep. Anyways, here I sit now. And considering how fucking hot it was, you'll have to fucking forgive me. Need to click back on the game. I wake up right as my alarm clock goes off. I get out of bed. Then take a minute to stretch. Oh, also, my fucking back is in pain. And I actively, after deciding to actually finally just give up on continuing to sleep at 1 p.m. or something like that, because at that point I would have had to sleep till like 4, and even though I'm not that insane, so I just decided, you know what, fuck it, just gamer subs caffeine myself into a high. But yeah, like, when I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just give up trying to sleep anymore and tried to get up, I actively had to brace myself against, like, the fucking door handle of my room's door because my legs were just not keeping up with the movement. On another note, the final July week might be when the apartment that I plan on moving into will finally have its kitchen built. Connections are very useful. Still need to go somewhere for a work surface about that. Anyways. I'll take a minute to stretch. Feeling strangely fresh today. Maybe the invigorating blue sky out the window has something to do with it. I ate a simple breakfast, toast and coffee, then turn out the TV and leave the living room. Inform the empty house I'm leaving, then walk out and lock the door. It's the usual time. It's the usual place. And as usual, Akari approaches me from behind with her usual cheery smile. When I look at Akari, I'm at a loss for words. Her hair. Ah, there we go. Smiling bashfully, Akari seems a little embarrassed. It's clear to see, but I ask anyway. I mean, to be fair, that hairstyle looks like it is less work than the one you had before. Like, braiding hair that short has got to be a pain in the fucking keister, you know? Not used to having her hair over her cheeks, Akari keeps touching it. A hairband with a bow. Her hair falls straight to the sides. The change of hairstyle alone makes her seem like a different person. It's almost as if it's actually her. Akari sees my confusion and asks nervously. I look away and answer vaguely. I'm a bit perturbed. Yeah, being vague in these situations is not going to look good. I clear my throat. We walk together in silence for a while. Something feels strange. I don't know what. Why do you feel so nervous around Akari? Her hair does make her look a lot more mature. It doesn't look bad. I think it's great, personally. But what's wrong with me? I kinda just compliment her. Akari seems different now. This wasn't the clumsy pushover I'm familiar with. I'm walking with a girl I don't know. Maybe that's the source of my discomfort. Akari seems to sense my unease and whispers to me. She asks. I stammer. Akari peers up at me with a reserved smile. She does it just like the Akari I used to know. Never mind, she's still Akari. Once I reaffirmed an obvious fact, whatever tension I had felt fades away with surprising ease. Then Akari's new hairstyle seems less discomforting and more refreshing. Now that I've calmed down, I can speak more naturally. Yeah, really? Akari's a master of seeing through my lies. She must know I'm telling the truth. Akari smiles. Akari's smile is brighter than usual. Shiro runs into us at a hall outside the classroom, looks at Akari's hair and reacts with exaggerated shock. Akari grins. I saw her looking back at the MC there before saying that. It's lunchtime. Masashi and I sprint out of the classroom as the bell rings. It is our strategy to win in a furious battle for sandwiches. Student stores in the cafeteria on the first floor. It's a 30-second runaway. Not long after, the stairs enter my sight. Turn the corner in my usual way, like an F1 racing car, and leap into the stairs. God damn it! Around the around the corner as I'm about to launch into the stairs, I bump into a girl coming up them. Luckily, my reflexes kick in, so I dodge her and only bump her arm. That doesn't take away from the fact that I just hit a girl. That swift hit to the arm must have hurt. She nods without saying a word. That's what she says to her. The girl glances at us and looks down, but I can tell her uniform seems brand new. When I think of it, she's that girl who came to school looking sad. Alright, we have one singular voice line. Time to check. Actually, we don't have a name yet. We'll wait until we have names to check the voices. Girl says meekly. I apologize again and step forward to rush over to the student store. But then the girl suddenly covers her ears and crouches down on the spot. That's her chest, actually. I mean, this could be a nice, confusing CG. I run over to her without a thought, but then... He suddenly yells. It's so sudden that all Masashi and I can do is stand there frozen. Duck. The window above the stairs suddenly shatters into pieces. We look up at the window in surprise. The window is completely smashed, leaving only the window frame undamaged. What would you need to throw to make a window break like that? I think to myself, but I don't have the time to be caught up in my thoughts. I run straight over to the girl crouching over. In response, she mutters as if talking to herself. Again, did you have a seizure or something? She's sick. Wrap an arm around the girl's shoulder and try to help her to her feet. Jin stands up as if nothing had happened. She mutters.
じゃあなんでだよ。
私、窓を壊してしまったので、先生に報告してきます。ぶつかったのは平気ですから。
She says as she scurries off. Masashi and I look at each
あ
other.
の子、窓を壊したって言ってたよな。うん。
It would mean that she shattered the glass, but I didn't see her throw anything at the window. Why would you be going around breaking windows anyway?
見たわよ、衝撃の映像。
Piss off! A voice that didn't belong suddenly chimes in. I turn around and see Shio. She gonna insinuate that I bullied the girl?
彼女がエスパー少女、姫川琴音ちゃんよ。
Oh yeah, there we go. Now we officially have the name, so... there we go. Swap to Legacy real quick. That's the wrong.
窓を壊したって。
私、窓を壊してしまったので先生に報告してきます。ぶつかったのは平気ですから。
Whoops. Fuck. Well, time to swap it manually for those that I had it swapped for. I believe I didn't have it swapped for her. Didn't for her. Didn't for her. It didn't for her. And, well, her need to stay on this anyway.
私、窓を壊してしまったので先生に報告してきます。
お？
見たでしょ？彼女、手も触れないで窓ガラスを粉々にしたのよ。
I was ashamed to look at the window again. There's only a little bit of glass hanging onto the frame. The rest of it is gone. That's what she says as he goes down to the landing and stares at the glass strewn about.
んなもん見てどうすんだよ。見てよ、ひろゆき。何か変なんだ。
Well, Shio and I do as much as he said and go down to the landing. We look at the broken pieces and notice that for some strange reason they're all about 1 or 2 inches in size. Some are perfect hexagons. Shio says in an obviously theatrical manner. I find the incident pretty strange myself. The girl screamed, the window shattered, and now there are strangely shaped bits of glass. Supernatural powers, poltergeist. What could it be? Does that stuff even exist? After school, after the misfortune of being on cleaning duty, I'm in charge of the area around the shoe racks. I take out a broom and sweep here and there before deciding I'm done. That sucked. Oh, oh, MC about to be risen again. Someone calls out a name with a distinct inflection. A half Japanese, half American accent. I know who it is.
Hi.
I lift my hand to wave, but then...
お前のその格好。
Well, I assume it's because she probably joined the archery club or something. She notices let me in clothes that I've never seen her in before. She notices my staring as well. She beams.
弓道？ああ、弓道部か。
Where you aim at a target and shoot arrows with a bow. Let me explain what she started. Very typical foreigner Japan
いつ
reason.
弓道部に入ったんだ？
入学した時からよ。
もう始めて1年くらいか。腕前の方はどうなんだ？
I casually ask. I feel like she would really look the part standing there pulling back her bow. If it was to westernize her look, I'd say she resembles a female Robin Hood. As I think to myself, her answer is way off my target. Maybe traditional Japanese martial arts isn't the best fit for a California girl, Lemmy. Oh no! Is she unforgettable? Of course she is.
イメージ的に向いてないんだよ。もっとぴったりなのがあるだろ。例えばチアリーダーだとか。
豪にいれば豪に従えよ。日本にいるときは日本の文化スタディするの。
向き不向きは関係なしってわけか。ま、好きでやってるならいいけどよ。
日本の文化大好きよ。
感心感心。
I nod. Seeing her love of learning, is that right? Motivates me to be more diligent in my studies too. What should I do now? Guess we could. Who are you? You know what? I'm gonna. The question is, do we try to interact more with her, or am I going to pander to Bud and help him find out if Hoshina will continue to be mean to us, to help him find out if he's gonna like her? I'm gonna save here. I don't know why. I guess in case I don't like, you know, fuck it. We haven't had a lot of her. We give equal opportunity to all the characters. Everyone gets a chance. Except for Shiho. Shiho can go fuck herself. Oh, it's that girl with the psychic powers, Kotari Himikawa. Talk to her. Still got that incident on the stairs on my mind, so I'll strike up a conversation with her.
君、ちょっといいかな。
Pull out from behind and Kotari very cautiously turns around. He stares at me, with those big eyes of hers. Her hair is long and shiny with a slight wave to it. The layers cut into her hair make for a nice accent. Looking at her now, she really is the perfect example of a pretty girl.
覚えてるだろ。前に俺、昼休みに階段でぶつかったやつ。
Kotari
ちょっと
nods.
話があんだけど、いいかな。
Ask her
何
again.
でしょうか。
君ってさ、噂でちょこっと聞いたんだけど、超能力使えるんだってな。
Her face turns gloomy in an instant, and she looks down.
からかいに来たんじゃねえんだ。ちょっと信じられねえからさ、確かめてみようと思ってな。
超能力はあるんですよ。
マジ？じゃあやっぱあの時ガラスが割れたのも。
はい。私がやりました。
気になんだけど、どうしてそんなことしたんだ？
Kotari falls quiet. What should I say? Nah, I don't think much of you glass breaking.
ガラスを割るなんて感心しねえな。なあ、マジであのガラスを割ったのか？
Ask just to make sure. Still don't actually believe any of it. It is entirely plausible for some to have hit the window and broken
な
it.
いことですよね。
Kotari sounds close to
あ、
tears.
悪い。怒ってるわけじゃねえんだ。
That's what I assumed the option I chose was supposed to be. Frantically tried to explain myself. Kotari doesn't
悪
respond.
い。そういうつもりで言ったんじゃねえんだよ。
She's a moment away from
ごめ
crying.
んな。くだらねえことで呼び止めて。
All I can do is apologize.
もう言っていいから。
With that, Kotari bows and turns right around. Junior making a freshman cry. Man, I'm just a big bully. Hiroyuki Fujita, you jerk. Feels so guilty as I watch Kotari disappear. Actually, I'm intrigued. I don't know. Standing in the bathroom, brushing my teeth when... What? A blackout? No? Ceiling light is still on though. It was just the light above the sink that went out. I'll buy a new one tomorrow. After that, I rinse my mouth in the kitchen. Saturday, April 12th. It's morning already. I should have slept well. Doesn't feel like I slept at all. Maybe I have a vitamin deficiency.
ひろゆきちゃん眠そう。
眠いよ。
授業中居眠りはダメだよ。
はいはい。
I leave the classroom to go buy a drink when I come across Masashi and Shio chatting in the hallway.
よう何話してんだ？
あ、ひろゆき。今、志保から噂のロボットの話を聞いてたんだ。
Oh,
なんだ噂のロボットって。
知らないの？メイドロボよ。
そりゃメイドロボは知ってるけどよ。
maid robots are general-purpose androids that suddenly explode in popularity and become commonplace these past few years. They're handy helper robots that look like humans and are used in places like households, offices, and the like. It's almost odd to not find one around. Out in town, they're probably as common as seeing imported cars driving around the place. If you head over to distributors operated by the robot makers, then you'll see the latest models displayed on the shop front windows, and you might even be served by one. Just the other day, I happened to go to a local robot maker show room and drank some coffee made by a robo-maid. Robo-maids these days are really well made. Can't even tell the difference between one and a human at first glance. It's not uncommon to thank a human lady only to realize that she's a robo-maid. Advancements in technology sure are impressive. The term robo-maid was originally coined to refer to female household models, but it's now become a generalized term commonly used to refer to all general-purpose androids. There are now a whole variety of robo-maid models on the market, but they haven't been around for long. In fact, only several years have passed since the first model was developed. They were initially developed by a Japanese medical equipment maker with strong government support as robots designed to assist in-home caregivers caring for bedridden elderly individuals. The unrefined mechanical design they had then was a far cry from what they're like today. They were merely lumps of machinery. Following requests from patients receiving their care, they gradually became more human-like and had more functions added to them, such as cooking and cleaning, developing into the robo-maids of today. That was several years ago that... It was only several years ago that the average person could only dream of affording a high-end machine like a robo-maid. But as competition from other makers grew and mass production became feasible, the price that has now dropped to the equivalent of buying 2 cars, while within reach of the average white-collar worker if they saved up for a bit. I sure hope I read everything correct. I sure had to do a whole lot of inferring there. It turns out my vision without glasses gets worse when I don't sleep well. Today, both domestic and international manufacturers offer a wide array of models, and the industry has grown to rival cars and computers in economic impact. Are you getting a robo-maid? That was something you'd only hear in your dreams a mere 3 or 4 years ago, but with the dizzying speed that computer technology advances, it's now become a reality in the blink of an eye.
メイドロボがどうしたって？
She seems shocked at my question.
もしかして知らないの？
She chuckles mockingly.
だからなんだよ。誰かが家にメイドロボを買ったとか、そう。
違うわよ。まあ、あんたってほんと情報に疎いわね。いいわ。じゃあこのしほちゃんが教えてあげる。
Oh damn! You must introduce me to her because I sure don't know an adorable Shiho right now. Adorable Shiho,
今
please.
年の1年にメイドロボがいるのよ。運用テストで生徒をやってるんですって。それもクルス川の最新モデルの試作機よ。
そりゃ初耳だ。
こんな有名な話も知らないなんて。あんた耳垢が詰まってんじゃないの？
お前が特別耳里いだけだ。だいたいまさしも知らなかったんだろうが。
僕も噂くらいは知ってたよ。
ほら見なさい。
Filthy traitor.
あんた情報に疎いにも限度があるわよ。
Ah yeah, whatever. Pretend not to hear her.
なんでそのメイドロボがうちの学校なんかでテストされるんだ？
Ask Masashi.
それはね。
鈍いわね。今度の試作機はメイドロボのパイオニアクルス川エレクトロニクスの新製品なの。クルス川グループが出資しているうちの学校でテストするのは当然じゃない？
音名には聞いてねえよ。
あら、今のは私の独り言よ。
Talk about an annoying start to the day.
しかし超能力格闘技と続いてその上今度はロボットかよ。
本当だね。
実は UFO でやってきた宇宙人なんかもいるんじゃねえか？
No, no, that's not until the next one.
あ、そうそう新入生といえばだけど何でも今年の寺女の新入生にアイドルの尾形里奈がいるらしいのよ。
Oh no. I end up getting stuck listening to Shio ramble about a whole bunch of shady sound rumors. Listen, I don't want to be involved with it in Ogata. I've left that game behind. I say that, but quite frankly, it might actually fucking pick it in as an assist when Aquapazza comes out. Who knows? And it's a second period break. I don't get to buy a drink because I'm stuck listening to Shio's stupid rumors. Jeez, you took the ear off a cornstalk as you let her. There's no stopping her. Buy my usual cafe au lait from the vending machine. While I'm climbing up the stairs with a straw to my coffee on my lips and on the way back to class. I notice a female student climbing up the stairs with a dangerously wobbly gait. Hi, Multi. She's carrying two heavy-looking boxes stacked atop each other. Seems like she can't see her feet well and is slowly climbing each step up on her tiptoes, making sure not to trip. She doesn't look stable at all. Right as I think that... Clunk. As if she was waiting for the right time, she trips and falls. Her body sways violently as she attempts to regain balance. She eventually can't stay upright any longer and falls backwards. The girl flaps her arms desperate as she falls. I rush over and manage to catch her. The two boxes tumble down the stairs, making hefty sounds along the way. Someone managed to catch the girl and prevent any injuries. She wiggle. Just the nick of time. And in English she would fall, so I'm glad I kept an eye on her. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to catch her in time so perfectly. Hang on now.
いつまで落ちてんだよ。
Female student who's covering her face with her hands while I cradle her in my arms, blinks her big eyes in confusion. She looks up with a blank expression. As I peer down at her, she stares back at me for a few seconds. She leaps out of my arms in panic. First words are a messy stammering apology.
まあまあ、少し落ち着けよ。
Say. She nods and gulps.
どうだ、落ち着いたか？
She
ま、
nods.
とにかく怪我がなくてよかったじゃねえか。運よく俺がいて助かったな。
She bows like a little doll. Look at her head as she bows deeply, notice
あんた
something.
のその耳んところ。
There are a pair of big white metal covers on her ears. They stuck out from the back of her head like big
そ
headphones.
れ何？
これですか？一応はセンサーになってるんです。
She grins.
センサー？
でも本当は人間の方と見間違われないためにつけられているそうです。
人間と見間違われないため？
I cut myself off as I start to realize what she's saying. If she has senses on her ears and she's not a human, then that
も
means...
しかして今うちの学校で試験中の新型メイドロボってのは？
私のことだと思います。
He said with a big smile.
すみません。自己紹介が遅くなってしまいました。私、この度皆さんと一緒にお勉強させていただくことになりました。汎用アンドロイドの HMX12 型と言います。残り1週間という短い期間ですが、どうかよろしくお願いします。
He bows deeply again. So it is her.
なんだって？
HMX12 型です。それが 私のテストナンバーです。もし呼びにくいようでしたら簡単にマルチとお呼びください。
The name has officially been said, and there are plenty of lines to test.
HMX12 型です。それが私のテストナンバーです。もし呼びに、私この度皆さんと一緒にお勉強させていただくことになりました。汎用アンドロイドの HMX12 型と言います。私ったら本当にドジでいつも失敗ばっかりしちゃって、その上人様にまでご迷惑を。
God damn it, I accidentally set it to modern again. Well, at least I have two of them to switch now, because like I feel like I prefer Legacy.
マルチ？
はい、開発者の方々からはそう呼ばれてるんです。なんでもゆくゆくは私の商品名になるらしいです。
Turbo Maid, Multi says, speaking with a carefree smile.
もしよろしければそちらのお名前も教えていただけませんでしょうか。
俺の？
はい、
2年 B 組藤田博之。
ひろゆきさんですか。素敵なお名前ですね。
そうか？
はい、素敵です。
The more I listen to it, actually, let's stick with modern here as well.
ひろゆきさんですか。素敵なお名前ですね。はい、素敵です。
Multi's Robo Maid, but she sounds like she knows how to say things just to be polite. You'd expect that from the latest model. I mean, she's probably been programmed to say that whenever she asks someone for their name. I inspect Multi very closely.
何か？
いやー、さすがは最新型だなと思ってさ。ほんとよくできてるぜ。全然人間と見分けがつかねえな。
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいです。現在のロボット技術の粋を集め、可能な限り人間に近いメイドロボを作ろうというのが私の開発コンセプトらしいですから。
おー、なるほどね。ああ、確かに人間そっくりだ。
ありがとうございます。
はあ、技術の進歩ってやつはすごいね。
Mildly impressed. Many robo maids these days are hard to differentiate from humans at first glance, but Multi is particularly realistic and looks exactly like human. She speaks in a regular cadence and her facial expressions are very natural. The robo maids I've come across have a doll-like aspect to them, but Multi is different. I honestly wouldn't know that she's a robot if she didn't have those sensors, I think, on her ears. She's just a regular girl with covers on her ears, pretending to be a robo maid. She's so realistic that this thought crosses my mind. She's the latest model, huh?
でも階段から転げ落ちたりするなんて結構ドジな最新型だな、お前は。
I tease Multi lightly and she gives me a sheepish smile.
はい、そうなんです。私、最新型のくせになぜか失敗が多くて、せっかくいろいろと高性能に作ってもらっているのに、これじゃ
However, Multi doesn't let that get her down.
申し訳ないです。ですが、その分一生懸命頑張ってダメなところは努力で補いたいと思います。
She beams. That's the robot with a positive outlook on life. Multi suddenly
どう
yells.
した？
そういえば私、お仕事の途中でした。その箱をコピー室まで持っていかないと。
She hurries over to the boxes strewn on the floor and picks one up with a big heave. After placing the first box onto the second box, she attempts to pick them both up at once. Multi clenches her teeth to summon every ounce of strength. I tap her on the shoulder.
でしょう。
ほら、どきな。こんなのいっぺんに運んだらまたさっきの二の舞だぞ。ほらよっと。
Pick up the two boxes stacked on top of each other. The box is filled with print paper. Even I, with my manly arms, find carrying the two boxes at once pretty heavy.
コピー室だったな。
そんな悪い
方がロボットの手伝いをするなんておかしいです。
だけどマルチは女の子だろ。困ってる女の子を助けるのは男なら当然だぜ。さ、行こうか。
ひろゆきさん。
I got heavy, but I carry the boxes to the print room for
本当にありがとうございました。危ないところを助けていただいたばかりか、荷物まで運んでいただいて。
いいってこのくらい。
To be completely honest, my arms are pretty shot.
じゃあ立場が逆ですね。
え？
私は人間の皆さんのお役に立つために作られたロボットなのに。
ま、ロボットって言ってもやっぱり得て増えてがあるんだろう。マルチは女の子だから力仕事には向いてないのさ。その分得意なことでみんなのお役に立ちゃいいんだよ。得意なことは何なんだ？
得意というわけじゃないですけど、お掃除は大好きです。
そうか。だったらそういうので頑張ったらいいんじゃないのか？
そうですね。
Multi smiles from ear to ear. The bell rings to signal the start of
お
class.
授業が始まりやがった。じゃあなマルチ、また。
ひろゆきさん、またお会いしましょう。
Wave goodbye to Multi and leave. So that's Kurisagawa's new robo-maid model, eh? She's kind of a strange robot. Let's go. What? It is, but I have the misfortune of being on cleaning duty today. Not only that, but I have to clean the entire first floor all the way. Grab a mop and get to work. Clean every inch of the floor. There, we're all done. Return to the classroom. We get Multi? Who are you? Or Karate Kid over here? I suppose I'll do but a favor. Stop by the bookstore on the way home and stand around reading a magazine. I look up from the magazine and glance outside.
あれは
Class rep happens to be passing by on the street in front of the store. When I'm about to put the magazine back on the shelf and go talk to her, I notice that she's with someone. It's a guy wearing another school's uniform. They're walking together. Is that boyfriend or something? The guy's talking about something while class rep is listening with her typical poker face. Doesn't seem like she really wants to be there. More like the guy's hitting on her and she can't get away. I want to get a closer look at the guy's face, but they walk past the store and out of sight. Surprised to see her in this situation. I'm curious. Follow. Alright, I'll follow him. Stuff the magazine back into the shelf, pick up a bag, and rush out the store. Out in the shopping arcade, I scanned the crowd. Class rep is nowhere to be seen. That's weird. She couldn't have gone that far. Maybe it wasn't actually her. No, it had to be. She and the guy go into some building. So which? What could that guy from another school have been? Didn't seem like they were dating. It's more like he was hitting on her. I really want to know. Watch TV. There's some variety show. Wahaha. It's pretty funny. Now it's 11 p.m. Saturday night at 11 means it's time for Miniko Karashima's Heart to Heart. It fucking isn't. Give me subtitles and maybe I'll consider it. Whatever. I'll just keep watching TV. They always play interesting stuff on Saturday nights. Sunday, April 13th. I'm tired. Oh yeah, it's Sunday. I'll sleep a little longer. Wake up around noon. There's a cloud in the sky. Go downstairs, make some breakfast, lunch from whatever is in the fridge and eat. If I don't have a problem, I don't have anything to do. That being the case, I feel like doing something I wouldn't do normally.
よっと
Yank the futon blanket off my bed and throw it out the window to air it out. I go downstairs to grab a futon beater, then climb up to the roof myself. Spread out the blanket on the roof and beat it. Can't remember how many years it's been since I did this myself. After some thorough beating, sweat drips from my brow. If I air the futon blanket out for the rest of the day, it'll smell nice and fresh by night. In the meantime, I watch some videos I've been meaning to check out. And I'm watching TV all afternoon. That night, I'm watching TV in the living room when I see the most incredible scene. It's a colorless business district. I can feel how hollow and artificial it all is. Then countless women elegantly descend from the sky. They land softly as feathers, and each enters one of the cold buildings. The instant they pass through the automatic doors, their outfits magically transform into business attire, and they begin to perform office duties as if they've been working there for a while. Color floods the offices. People smile. At the end, the words Kurosawa HM series appear on screen. It's a commercial for robo-maids. It's a highly competitive industry, and manufacturers are constantly fighting for a bigger market share, so they have to spend big money on their image and branding. How much did it cost to produce that commercial alone? Can't even imagine. Wonder if Multi will be in a commercial like this one day. She came down from the sky, I'd be worried about her landing safely. Monday, April 14th. The weather's still good. I'm feeling good too.
なんだよ突然
桜の花びらが口に入っちゃった。
そんなもん食っちまえ
そんな。
Went out looking for Koto in his classroom. Wanted to try apologizing to her again. So walked past the freshman classrooms. I have a quick peek into each of them. Class A? Nope. Class B? Bingo. Koto is sitting in probably her seat reading a book, but she is located in the back of the classroom, so I'd have to scream pretty loud to get her attention. I've only spoken twice before, so it'd be weird if I called out to her like one of her buddies. So mull over what to do. One of the students gets up to leave the classroom. Perfect. Left her to get Koto for me.
ちょっといいかな
はい。
The girl looks at me in confusion over why a junior is talking to her.
姫川さんに用があんだけど呼んできてくれないかな
あー、またあの霊媒女。
The girl frantically covers her mouth to cut off her own sentence. She looks like she had accidentally said something she shouldn't have.
姫川さんですね。
She tries to regain her composure, but still sounds awkward. Seems though the girl didn't have the greatest impression of Kotone. This creepy girl her nickname or something. What the heck?
今姫川さんのこと霊媒女って言ったろそれってみんなが言ってることなのか
Ask out of curiosity.
いえ、言ってます。
She doesn't respond with much conviction, but it is clear the other students probably do call her that. I'm curious as to why.
噂の超能力と関係がある話なのか俺彼女のことよく知らなくてさ
でも
噂のこと知ってるんだろ教えてくれないか
But after racking her brain for some
あの
time.
子には黙っててもらえますか
Now I don't even know your fucking name. How am I supposed to tell her? The girl seeks reassurance. Sounds like she's ready to tell me.
その代わり詳しく教えてくれ
We go somewhere else, the girl tells me all kinds of things about Kotone. In summary, the supernatural incidents began when she was in middle school. Belief in the matter aside, Kotone is well known amongst the freshmen for having supernatural powers. Those are the two big takeaways. Light bulbs or windows would suddenly break, followed by Kotone apologizing to everyone for the phenomena. That was the usual pattern. At first, the teachers looked into whether Kotone was causing trouble, but they didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Some kind of setup would be needed to shatter light bulbs or windows without physically touching them. Yet they couldn't find anything of the sort and were resigned to shrug in confusion. It still didn't mean they believed in the supernatural abilities she insisted on possessing. In fact, Coulton herself could use her power whenever she wanted to. She would believe in someone's supernatural abilities if she didn't replicate them on cue. The accepted conclusion was that the windows and light bulbs had degraded over time and spontaneously shattered. But about Coulton, who insisted on being the cause behind them? The teachers assumed that she had a mental illness. Kind of paranoid delusion, apparently. Coulton took some time off school. There were rumors that she had been admitted to a psychiatric facility. She returned to school after some time, but the phenomena of things, mostly light bulbs and windows breaking, continued. Even the teachers began to find it strange, but they couldn't find it in themselves to blame Coulton and eventually stopped saying anything at all. That was how the adults dealt with it. Students, however, weren't so kind. Someone started a rumor that it was a ghost possessing Coulton that was breaking the glass. That's how she got horrible nicknames like Creepy Girl and Evil Spirit Girl. Even her close friends had started to distance themselves from her because of the judging eyes of others. Coulton noticed and moved to isolate herself from them too. She became completely friendless by the time she graduated middle school. Despite this, there were students who approached her out of curiosity upon hearing those rumors when she started in my school. But they quickly distanced themselves from her after witnessing the paranormal phenomenon, wanting no part of it themselves. It didn't take long for Coulton to become isolated again. That's what the girl tells me. I said such insensitive things to her without knowing what she'd been through. The conversation with the girl goes on for so long that I don't get a chance to speak to Coulton. I guess I learned a lot though. Okay, if she is available, I am going to probably pick her because this man has resigned to apologize now. Wouldn't make sense not to pick her. Another day's hard work over with, I guess. It's time to have some fun. What should I do now? Oh, she is not available. We have Akari, we have the Heiress, we have Multi, and we have Karate Kid. Suppose let's talk to Multi a bit more, or... Yeah, let's talk to Multi a bit more. Ah! Man has droopy eyes. Yes, he still runs like he has either a leg injury or shit in his ass. Like I just like piss off. In the opposite direction. Can I climb the stairs? No. You go down to the first floor and see a girl with a mop in her hands cleaning the hallway. It's Multi the robot. She has sweat on her brow. She cleans with all her heart. Multi huffs and puffs, scrubbing the floors. Robot on the outside of her focusing, cleaning diligently, satisfied to watch from afar. She sighs and appears to take a break, so approach her. She grins.
まだ随分と熱心にやってるじゃねえか。感心感心。
私、お掃除大好きなんですよ。
掃除が好きなんて変わったやつだな。
Maybe not. The helper robot's self-culture was made for that purpose.
掃除をするのはいいことだ。頑張れよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。皆さんに喜んでいただけるよう、頑張ってピカピカに磨きます。
お、気合入ってんな。
A smile. Then I talk up a storm.
なあ、マルチ。
はい、なんでしょう。
俺、ロボットにはあんまり詳しくねえんだけど、ロボットって息切れしたり汗をかいたりするもんなのか？
他のロボットの方はどうかわかりませんが、私はしません。なんでもできる限り人間に近いように作られているらしいですから。
As human-like as possible, eh? It's true that she's almost identical to a human without those ear covers on her. Sometimes I have doubts about whether she is really a robot or not. I'm getting even more curious. Let's start to ask Multi a question. What's your source of energy? Certainly have a spike of curiosity about Multi's source of power. Robot maids generally run on batteries, I think. But she's supposed to be the latest mod, so maybe she's powered by something else. I'll ask her about
なあ
that.
マルチ。マルチってなんで動いてるんだ？
動力源ですか？
そうそう。
電気です。
Multi answers. Huh, well, that was anticlimactic. Of course, that's what she's powered by. It's not like a robot, it eats to draw
電
energy.
気ってことは体の中にバッテリーとかがついてんのか？
確かリチウムイオンバッテ
The
リー。
fucking lithium battery?
リチウム？
携帯電話などに使われている電池の強力なものだそうです。
それを時々交換してんのか？
充電するんです。人間の皆さんがご飯を食べるくらいの回数で。
おお。じゃあもし充電が遅れたりしたらマルチは止まっちまうのか？
しばらくは平気です。確か補助鉄筋に燃料電池というのがあって、ある程度は自分一人で発電できるらしいです。
燃料電池？
Another dude-ad I've never heard of.
私自身もよくわからないんですけど、確か水素だっけ、酸素だっけを反応させて電気を作るらしいです。
水素と酸素で電気？
確か水の電気分解とかいうのがあってですね。
ああ、それなら中学の時に習ったな。確か水に電気を流すと水素と酸素に分かれるんだ。
そうです、それです。燃料電池はその逆なんです。水素と酸素を反応させると電気と水ができるんです。
おお、じゃあマルチの中には水素と酸素も入ってんのか？
いえ、酸素は周りにいっぱいありますから水素だけです。
それが燃料電池の燃料なわけか。
バッテリーが切れた時とか激しい運動をする時はそうやって補助的に発電するらしいです。
Hence why she starts panting. The fact that she adds apparently to the end of everything must mean that she doesn't really know for sure herself either.
なあ、ところでさっきの説明だと電気と一緒に水ができるんだろ？その水はどうすんだ？
In the original VN, she probably had a weird P6 scene. That's where the water goes.
水ですか？汗とか、
あとは？
おトイレとかで。
あ、そう。
She's so human-like, even to the oddest of
い
details.
きなり質問して悪かったな。
いえ、本来なら自分のスペックくらいはっきりと説明できなくちゃいけないのに、私難しいことを覚えるの苦手で。
Makes sense for human, but the fact that Multi has a concept that she finds easy or difficult to remember, I'm sure makes her not a robot. Maybe she really has been manufactured to be as human-like as possible in that respect, too.
覚えな説明ですみませんでした。
でもマルチの説明分かりやすかったぜ。
本当ですか？
ほんと。おかげで俺もメイドロボットのことが少し分かった気がする。
でも私は特別変わってますから、他のロボットの方々とは全然違うかもしれませんよ。
そんなに違うのか？
はい、他の皆さんはもっといろいろそつなくこなせるのに、それに比べて私は年ばっかりだし。
おー、そうだな。そう言われてみると確かにマルチは変わってるよな。なんてったって他のロボットに比べてダントツで親しみやすい。やっぱり人間に近いよな。こうして喋ってるとついついマルチのことをロボットだって忘れちまう。 可愛い後輩の女の子って感じかな。
ひろゆきさん。
Lucy's cheeks turn bright red. Her blushing is so natural and human-like.
俺もう帰っから。
はい。
悪かったな。仕事の途中なのに話しかけちまってさ。掃除頑張れよ。
頑張ります。
Lucy smiles and waves as they leave. She really doesn't seem like a robot at all. Nice bath. Dry my hair off with a towel. Decide to watch TV until my hair finishes drying. This calls for a can of beer. That'd be awesome, probably. But I'm still too young to drink. It was April 15th. I oversleep a little. Because of that, Akane has been making a racket since like she got here.
合ってるよ。
I jump out of bed. Run from my house to the park.
おい早く来いよ。
ひろゆきちゃん、お願いだから寝坊しないで。
悪かったな。俺だってしたくてしてるわけじゃねえよ。
もうちょっとゆっくり走ろう。
ったく、だったら待たなきゃいいのによ。今後は俺を置いていけ。
それは。
この子は。
It's a psychic beauty I'd heard about.
なんとか間に合ったね、ひろゆきちゃん。
She leaves.
何見てるの？
いや、別に。
School's over and students are clearing out of the classroom. Decide to get going too. What should I do now? Oh, apology time. There's a familiar looking girl I'm walking. Let's go to talk to her. Gotta apologize to her today. Call out to Kotane.
いや、
Turns around and nods
この間の
silently.
ことなんだけど、
Start to
事情
speak.
もよく分かってねえうちに立ち入ったことを言っちまって迷惑かけたなって思ってさ。
いいえ。
俺さ、知らねえうちに傷つけちまったんじゃねえかとマジで悩んだんだって。
あまり気になさらないでください。
いや、琴音ちゃんにあんな悲しい顔されたら気にもなるって。
Kotane suddenly looks unsettled. I don't think she's expecting me to call her by her first name.
そういや、自己紹介まだだったな。俺、2の B の藤田博之。
私はもうご存知ですよね。
ああ、1年 B 組、姫川琴音ちゃんで会ってるだろ。ごめんな、勝手に調べちまって。
いいえ。私普通じゃないですから。藤田さんの目に留まるのも
Kotane
仕
looks
方が
down.
ないことなんです。
She must hate being the subject of rumors. How should I react? Shouldn't say that about yourself. Why Kotane talk down about yourself didn't sit right with me.
そういう言い方は良くないぜ。そうやって諦めた感じで言ってると何も成功しないもんだろ。
そうですね。
ああ、俺は説教しに来たわけじゃねえから。あと、謝っとこうと思ってな。
ごめんなさい。私藤田さんにご迷惑かけたようで。
おいおい、それは俺の方だって。
いえ、きっと 私の力のせいなんです。
それはねえと思うけどな。
That would be a different story if her powers were the reason why I said things to make her sad.
超能力がなければ藤田さんと私がこうやってお話しする機会もなかったでしょうから。
なんだ、そういう意味か。
I'm guessing she's assuming that we know what I've met if I hadn't heard those rumors about her psychic powers. A flashback to the first time we met. Then he yelled and then the window suddenly shattered with a huge bang. I didn't see the actual moment the window broke, but it shattered nonetheless.
琴音ちゃんさ、よかったら俺にもう一度超能力を見せてくれないか。
I don't really feel as though it was her powers that caused the incident. If she shows me her powers again, I feel like I'd be able to believe. Then a sad look crosses Kotone's face.
この力は危険なんですよ。もし藤田さんが怪我でもされたら。
危険？なんで？
藤田さん、お願いですから私に関わらないでください。
Seeing her say that with such agony in her eyes renders me
これで
silent.
失礼します。
Kotone bows at me and then scurries off. All I can do is watch her leave. Kotone's psychic power is really that dangerous. Stopped by the arcade on the way home from school to kill some time. After playing for a bit and using up all my coins, I leave the arcade and notice a familiar face on the way to the bus stop. Those distinct ear covers. That tiny body, which you wouldn't think belongs to a high schooler. It's Multi.
おーい、マルチ。
Multi hears me call out to her and looks my way. She looks at my face, beams, then jogs over to me.
よう、何やってんだ？今帰りか？
バスを待ってました。
バス？マルチはバス通なのか？
ここから出るバスは来栖川電工の研究所に直通してるんです。
じゃあマルチはいつも研究所に帰ってるのか？
来栖川中央研究所第7研究開発室 HM 開発課が私のお家です。
おー。
And then, I notice an unfamiliar face standing next to Multi.
この子は？
A high school girl in uniform next to her has the same large ear covers. She's also one of the people one of the routes I had to pay for. DLC! I don't think she had a route in the original, that's why. That must mean she's one too.
この方はですね HMX13 型通称セリオです。よろしくお願いします。
The girl who calls herself Seru gives a slow and polite bow. No doubt about it, she's a robot-mate just like
マルチ
Multi.
の友達か？
I ask,
そうです。お友達ですし、私とは姉妹みたいな関係でもあるんです。
Multi
エラ
answers.
ジョの制服着てるけど。
セリオさんは西園寺女子学院の方でテスト通学してらっしゃるんです。
あの有名なお嬢様コーデかよ。
優秀なセリオさんにはイメージもぴったりだと思います。
マルチの他にもこうやってテストで学校に通ってるメイドロボがいるんだな。
なんでも学校は総合的な社会への適応能力の試験場として最も適した場所らしいですから。
まあそれはわからないでもないな。
開発者の方々はいろんな人と話をしていろんな人の役に立ってこいとおっしゃいました。学校ならたくさんの方々がいろいろとテストしてくれるからだそうです。
なるほどな。
今回は私と同時開発されたセリオさんが学校へ通っているわけです。
同時開発？ああ、それで姉妹だってか。
でも同時開発されたとは思えないくらい彼女の方がすごいんですよ。
何がどうすごいんだ？
なんといってもセリオさんの最大の特徴は人工衛星から人工衛星からサテライトサービスを受けることができます。
Seru explains.
なんだそれは。
She has access to the World Wide Web, which, you know, poor lass.
衛星を介してクルス川の巨大データベースからデータを受け取り、 それをメモリに記憶するサービスのことです。
それがあると何がどうすごいんだ？
衛星からデータを受け取ることでセリオさんはあっという間にいろいろな職業のプロフェッショナルになれるんですよ。
Kinda makes it so she fails at the entire be more as much as human-like as possible thing, though.
どういうことだ？
例えばユーザーの方から作ってほしい料理のリクエストがあればすぐにそれを検索し人工衛星を介して作り方のデータを受け取ります。
Also, very odd thought. But like, I cannot help but feel like that thing back there in the background. Hold on. Again. That's how I want it. Like, I can't be the only one that kind of sees that. Like, I cannot be the only one. I did not know that Korn owned a shopping mall. At least I assume that's a shopping mall. I mean, to be fair, fucking Black Fridays at shopping malls might as well be celebrations to Korn. Anyways. Discounts to the discount god.
すると一流店に劣らないお味でその料理をお作りすることができます。
おほ。
クルス川のデータベースには料理の項目だけでも世界120カ国約8000種類に及ぶ料理のデータが登録されています。だからセリオさんが一人お家にいれば高いお店に行かなくても済むんですよ。
Now we have heard several lines for Serio now. Let's hear some legacy.
クルス川のデータベースには料理の項目だけでも世界120カ国約8000種類に及ぶ料理のデータが登録されています。すると一流店に劣らないお味でその料理をお作りすることができます。
Wish there was like a test out, like a fucking sample voice in here.
クルス川のデータベースには料理の項目だけでも
Both work actually, so I'll stick with modern since modern has better mic quality.
そりゃすげえな。
その他にも例えばお勉強のデータを受け取ると超一流の家庭教師にもなっちゃうし、お買い物を任せても最短ルートで必要なものを揃えちゃうんです。
ああ、そりゃすげえな。なんだかこれまで発売されたメイドロボたちの立場がないじゃねえか。
そうなんです。セリオさんに比べると私なんか何もできなくて、セリオさんは駅から電話して研究所の方に迎えに来てもらったりはしませんし。
Serio pats Multi on the shoulder when she starts to speak negatively about herself. Friendship lasting between two robots, huh?
だからセリオさんは今年の春のロボットショーで最も注目されたロボットなんです。
へえ、そんなすごいロボットとマルチがなんで同時にテストされてんだ？
私とセリオさんのどちらか優秀な方が次のメイン商品になるそうです。
ということはマルチとセリオはライバル同士ってわけか。
そうですけど、で やっぱりライバルというよりはお友達です。
I mean,
開
it
発の上ではそうなのかもしれませんけど。
based on what I'm seeing, it entirely depends on what the next flagship model is supposed to be. Like, do you need a robot that will help you around your house or your workplace as efficiently as possible? Serio, if you want an actual, like, companion that is as human as could be, multi. Like, it's not a question of which over which. It's a case, it's not a case of, like, which one is better. It's a case of what do you want the next series to focus on.
友達でもありライバルでもあるか。なかなかいい関係じゃねえか。
でもどう考えたってセリオさんの方が優秀ですよね。私なんか。
いや、マルチだって十分よくできてると思うぜ。近所の春樹さん家にいるメイドロボなんてさ、すげえ初期の頃のやつで、箱にタイヤがついたようなデザインなんだけど、ありゃひどいもんだぜ。
私の先輩ですね。どんな方ですか？
そいつ初期型だけにろくな機能はないし、しょっちゅうポカやらかすから年がら年中春樹さんに叱られっぱなしでさ。謝る時も申し訳ございませんってもろ機械音声で、それが神経逆なでするらしく、春樹さんの怒ること。
そんな。
そしたら自己防衛機能が働いて、直ちにやめてくださいとか言うんだ。それがまたムカつくらしくてガンガン蹴るわけだ。
ひどいです。
蹴るたびに直ちにやめてくださいだ。そしたらムカついてまた蹴る。するとまた直ちに。もうキリがねえ。でもそいつ実は頑丈さだけは超一流で、ボディもあちこちへこんでるけどしっかり元気に働いてるぜ。捨てようにも買う時に組んだ800万円のローンがまだ残ってるらしく、ムカついて捨てられないんだとさ。あれに比べりゃマルチも超高性能だぜ。
私もっと頑張ります。一生懸命努力しますから。
マルチ？
Without me even realizing it, Multi starts to cry. She stumbles and
い
heaves.
や別にお前のことじゃないんだぞ。そういう例もあるからマルチは全然ダメなんかじゃないって話で。それにな、あれで意外に春樹さんもそのロボットと仲良くやってんだぜ。
そうなんです。
そうそう、だからもう泣くなよ。
Not long after the bus arrives, the two robots hop on to head home to the lab. Thought about seeing two robots happily going home together brings a smile to my face. As a person observing from the outside, they look like an honest student and dunce duo. Multi really does seem more like a human than Setio, though. She's the latest model in that regard. Exactly! It's the night of April 15th. I open the window to get some fresh air. Then I hear a loud sound. I go outside and see a red light and the night sky moving slowly. That elevation, it has to be a plane. Would have been neat if it was actually a UFO, though. You know what? Now that you said it, that's a fucking UFO! Nah, that's dumb. Where am I, Shiho? Watch until the light was out of sight. I can make out faint grey lines in the moonlight. Paper trails look pretty cool at night. Like, damn, I didn't know Rue's ancestors would be in this. Wednesday, April 16th. Wait, does that mean we're gonna get more? Oh, we're probably gonna get more fucking Praise the Sun in this then. As soon as I open the curtains, bright morning light floods into the room. It's brutal on my freshly opened eyes. I immediately think of a very specific chibi CG and Raku Riot. Ah, yes, the sunlight! It does wake me up. Does wake me right up.
今日少し寝坊しちゃって遅刻するかと思っちゃった。
そんときゃ俺だけセーフだな。
ひどいなあ。
But I've been chilling for a while, but now it's getting pretty warm. If not hot. As it makes this the height of spring. After school, I have the misfortune of being on cleaning duty. I'm supposed to clean up the classroom.
ほら、おめえらどきやがれ。
You don't need to be here, get out
ど
already.
けっつってんだろうが。
Shoo the chatting students away as I sleep. Alright, all done. What a pain in the ass. I go straight home. Let's see, it's Karate Kid. Fucking Chibi Robo. No. So yeah, it's Karate Kid or Chibi Robo here. Let's give Karate Kid another chance. Right, guess I'll head over to the school club. Wait, I arrived at the shrine, but always nowhere to be seen. Where could you be? Oh, right. I forgot. There's no martial arts club on Mondays and Wednesdays. Guess I'll admire the blue skies and go home. Stare upwards without thought in the world. Glad watching sure is relaxing. Spend some time doing nothing before heading home. Like we fucking cheated now. I'm about to get in bed that night. Everything rumbles and shakes. Oh, that was a pretty big earthquake. Maybe I'll check the news. Turn the TV on. About a minute later, beep beep. A news ticker scrolls across the screen. The magnitude of each region is as follows. Everything shook pretty badly. Gotta be careful since there have been a lot of earthquakes lately. Look at the clock. Yeah, it's already 2. Even the bad kids are asleep by now. Thursday, April 17th. Except it fucking isn't. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Come on, click.